Hailie Deegan, once hailed as one of the sport's brightest young stars, has parted ways with AM Racing midway through the 2024 Xfinity Series season. This unexpected development has not only left fans and experts speculating about Deegan's future, but has also prompted NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. to weigh in with some brutally honest insights. Deegan's departure from AM Racing comes after a challenging start to her 2024 campaign. The 22-year-old driver, who had been touted as a potential superstar, found herself struggling to make an impact on the track. With no top 10 finishes in the first 17 races and sitting 27th in the points standings, it became clear that something wasn't clicking between Degan and her team. Dale Earnhardt Jr. didn't hold back when discussing the situation on his popular podcast, The Dale Jr. Download. He began by zeroing in on what he believes Degan needs most at this crucial point in her career. Hailie would probably be better off with a team that has some foundation underneath it, Earnhardt stated emphatically. A team that's been around, that's had these types of drivers come in, that knows what they need and how to handle these inexperienced young drivers.
And I don't know that, this is a young team.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Trying to put itself together, trying to build, some notes and get a foundation, and getting a young driver with.
This statement from Earnhardt Jr. is particularly telling, as it suggests that AM Racing may have lacked the necessary infrastructure to support a developing driver like Degan. He went on to explain that established teams often know how to protect and guide young drivers, providing them with the environment they need to grow and succeed. It's almost like they know how to coddle these inexperienced young drivers and how to protect them, Earnhardt added, highlighting the delicate balance needed in nurturing emerging talent.
A team that's had these type of drivers come in and that knows what they need, how to I don't want to use the word coddle, but almost knows how to handle these inexperienced young drivers and how to protect them.
Interestingly, Earnhardt Jr. didn't advocate for Degan to simply seek out a bigger or more prestigious team. Instead, he suggested that she focus on finding a team that aligns with her current funding and support level, but possesses the experience to nurture her talent. She doesn't need to upgrade so much in terms of race teams, he explained, but there are some great teams out there that might be in line with her funding and support that have been around a while in the series that do just this. They take on these kinds of projects and develop them.
She doesn't need to upgrade so much in terms of race teams, but there are some great teams out there that might be in line with her funding and support that have been around a while, right, in the series, that do just this, right? They take on these sort of projects and develop them.
Earnhardt Jr. didn't stop at offering advice for Degan. He also had some pointed suggestions for AM Racing. In what could be seen as a brutal exposure of the team's shortcomings, he recommended that they seek out experienced drivers like Josh Berry. AM should definitely try to tab some Josh Berry types, Earnhardt stated. They need to listen to these drivers. Hey, this is what's wrong with your program. This is where you're short. This is where your performance is lacking.
Well, I think it's best that they're going their separate ways, and I think AM should definitely try to, tab some Josh Berry types that can sort of help them say, hey, man, and they need to listen to these drivers. Hey, this is what's wrong with your program. Hey, this is where you're short. This is where your performance is lacking.
This suggestion underscores Earnhardt's belief that AM Racing needs to focus on building its program and addressing its weaknesses before taking on the challenge of developing a young driver. By bringing in experienced drivers who can provide valuable feedback, the team could potentially improve its performance and create a more suitable environment for future young talents. Despite the challenges Degan has faced, Earnhardt Jr. remains optimistic about her potential in NASCAR. He expressed his belief that under the right circumstances, Degan could become a successful racer. I think that in a good scenario, in the right situation, she could actually turn into quite an accomplished racer at some level, he said.
And I think that in a good scenario where, I think in the right situation, there's enough want to that she could actually turn into quite an accomplished racer at some level.
However, Dale Earnhardt Jr. did add that he wasn't sure about Degan's chances at the Cup level because of the level of competition. Earnhardt Jr. MWay's analysis of Degan's career trajectory shed light on the broader challenges faced by young drivers in NASCAR's development system. He pointed out the pressure that many drivers feel to move up quickly through the ranks, often due to limited financial support. What happens is, there's a bit of an urgency to try and move up and take the very next available opportunity at the next level, Earnhardt explained, because the support financially is not forever and you do not know when that finally dries up.
What happens is that there's a bit of an urgency to try to move up and take the very next available opportunity at the next level because the support financially is not forever, and you do not know when that finally dries up.
This pressure, according to Earnhardt, can lead drivers to make hasty decisions and end up in situations that aren't ideal for their development. He suggested that in a perfect world, drivers like Degan would have the opportunity to spend more time honing their skills in lower series before making the jump to national competition. In a perfect world, you would let Hailie or any of these other drivers run in that K&N series or run super late models or run trucks a few more years, Earnhardt pondered.
In a perfect world, you would let Hailie or any of these other drivers run in that, that K&N series or run super late models or run trucks a few more years.
To fully understand Degan's current situation, it's important to look back at her career journey. Hailie Deegan burst onto the scene with impressive performances in the ARCA West Series, winning 3 races between 2018 and 2019. This early success caught the attention of Ford, who brought her into their driver development program after Toyota let her go. Degan's transition to national competition showed promise as she finished 3rd in the 2020 ARCA National Series standings, driving for team owner David Gilliland. However, her move to the Truck Series proved more challenging. Despite driving for solid teams like David Gilliland Racing in 2021 to 2022 and ThorSport Racing in 2023, Degan struggled to replicate her earlier success. The move to the Xfinity Series with AM Racing in 2024 was seen as a chance for Degan to find her footing in a different type of race car. Unfortunately, the pairing didn't yield the desired results. The struggles came to a head at the Chicago Street Course race, where Degan was replaced by Cup Series champion Joey Logano. Adding salt to the wound, Logano managed to finish 8th in Degan's car, highlighting the gap between Degan's performances and the potential of the equipment. Following her departure from AM Racing, Degan released an emotional statement addressing her situation. "Unfortunately, it has not turned out the way that I expected," she said. "There are always several reasons within a race team as to why things do or do not work, but sadly, our goals no longer align." Degan emphasized her focus on getting back to being competitive, stating, "That is all that matters to me. I'm working as quick as possible to find the best opportunities to get back to the track." AM Racing also released a statement thanking Degan for her contributions and wishing her well in her future endeavors. The team's decision to part ways with Degan mid-season underscores the high-stakes nature of NASCAR competition and the pressure on both drivers and teams to perform. The racing industry's reaction to Degan's situation has been mixed. Some argue that she's had ample opportunity to prove herself and hasn't shown the necessary improvement. Others believe that with the right support and environment, she could still realize her potential. One factor that can't be ignored is Degan's significant social media following. With 3.2 million followers on TikTok, 1.6 million on Instagram, and 583,000 YouTube subscribers, she brings valuable marketing potential to any team or sponsor. This social media presence has played a crucial role in helping Degan secure sponsorships and opportunities in the past. However, as Earnhardt Jr. and others have pointed out, what Degan needs now is a structured program that can help her improve her on-track performance. The challenge lies in finding a team that can provide this structure while also benefiting from her marketability. Bob Pockrass, a respected NASCAR journalist, offered his perspective on Degan's situation. He pointed out that Degan is still relatively young in her stock car racing career, with only about 7 years of experience as she approaches her 23rd birthday. Pockrass also noted that some of Deegan's NASCAR experience came during the COVID-19 seasons, which often featured no practice on many weekends, potentially hindering her development. Pockrass suggested that Degan needs to find a place where she can race for a couple of years with a strong structure in place. He emphasized the importance of setting reasonable goals for improvement and potentially running select races in a variety of series from late models to Xfinity to help address her weaknesses. Earnhardt Jr., as final thoughts on the situation, revealed his frustration with the challenging NASCAR development system. He expressed hope that Degan would find a suitable team and continue in stock car racing, restating his belief in her talent despite the current setbacks. "I'd hate to see her just go elsewhere," Earnhardt said. "I'd hate to see her give up on stock car racing altogether."
I'd hate to see her just go elsewhere.
I know,
right?
yeah.
I'd hate to see her give up on stock car racing altogether.
This statement underscores the potential Earnhardt still sees in Degan, despite the challenges she's faced. Earnhardt drew parallels between Degan's situation and that of other young drivers he's worked with or observed over the years. He highlighted the common struggle of balancing the desire to move up quickly with the need for proper development time. "You know, if you could have predicted or chosen Hailie's path, you would have certainly sent her in a different direction, right?" Earnhardt pondered. "If you could have taken the last 5 years and done something differently with Hailie's career, you would have not put her on this path. You would have done it differently."
Yeah.
Because you know that if you could have predicted or chosen Hailie's path, you would have certainly sent her in a different direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you could have taken the last 5 years and done something differently with Hailie's career, you would have not put her on this path.
Yeah.
You would have done it differently.
This reflection from Earnhardt speaks to the broader issues within the NASCAR development system. The pressure to advance quickly, often driven by financial considerations, can lead to rushed decisions that may not be in the best interest of a driver's long-term development. As the dust settles on Degan's departure from AM racing, the future remains uncertain for the young driver. The coming weeks and months will be crucial as she seeks her next NASCAR opportunity. The key, as Earnhardt Jr. and others have suggested, will be finding the right fit. A team that can provide the structure, support, and patience needed to help Degan develop her skills and realize her potential. As for AM Racing, Earnhardt Jr.'s comments have put the spotlight on their program and approach to driver development. Will they take his advice and seek out more experienced drivers to help build their team? How will they address the issues that led to the split with Degan? Only time will tell. The story of Hailie Deegan shows the challenges faced by young drivers in NASCAR. It highlights the delicate balance between pushing for advancement and ensuring proper development, the importance of team infrastructure in nurturing talent, and the high-stakes nature of the sport where performance is ultimately the bottom line. The situation also raises broader questions about the state of driver development in NASCAR. Are young drivers being rushed through the ranks too quickly? Is there enough emphasis on providing the right environment for talent to flourish? How can teams better balance the need for immediate results with the patience required to develop a driver's skills? Share your thoughts on these issues in the comment section below. Remember to like and subscribe to NASCAR Today for more interesting news like this.